Hey everyone, I'm excited to let you know that this month's video is sponsored by Keen. Now, I've worked with Keen in the past and I wanted to share with you a special deal that I will get to in a minute. But first, let me tell you about my experience connecting with a Keen advisor. I've shared before that when I need to get a reading for myself, I've gotten readings through Keen. Just yesterday, I got a reading from a lovely advisor named Lynn. She was very similar to myself in that she is very practical, direct, and simple in her delivery when communicating things throughout the reading. She gave me insight into my relationships, and she even helped me come up with some new ideas for my business. Now, what I love most about Keen is that the advisors are available 24/7, and you can even schedule a time if you want. And this is great if you have an advisor that you prefer to work with or an advisor that you've already established a relationship with. So here's the deal that Keen has extended to my viewers. You can get your first 10 minutes for just $1.99. And the price after that depends on which advisor you choose. But the best part is that this service is backed by a satisfaction guarantee. Keen is the most affordable way to meet new advisors, especially when you want guidance and support on things like dream interpretation, chakra clearing, getting insight into certain situations, career plans, relationships, whatever. Now, once you become a Keen user, each week you'll get emails that offer discounts and specials so you can get multiple readings in the most efficient way available. So make sure you check your inbox this week if you're already a Keen customer. Now, if you haven't signed up with Keen yet, it's a really simple process that can be done via mobile or desktop. All you're going to do is head on over to trykeen.com/intuitive gems, and you'll click on the sign up button and follow the steps to get started. The whole process should take less than 2 minutes, and you'll be on your way to connecting with a screened and talented advisor instantly. So I want to say thank you again to Keen for sponsoring this video, and now on to your reading. Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of August 2020. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I will be using my Spellcaster's Tarot. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And Pisces, I will close out your reading with an Angels of Abundance Oracle card. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And see what shows up. For the sign of Pisces, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of August 2020. All right, Pisces. Okay, as we move into the month of August, you're really going to be in a spiritual, highly energetic state. And I don't even know if that makes sense, but I will do my best to explain it. But let's look at what we got going on here. We have the Knight of Pentacles, upright, Star, Two of Cups, Devil card in reverse. Then we have the Three of Wands, upright, and the High Priestess in reverse. Now, when I say you're going to be in a highly spiritual, energetic state, I say that because I see some cards here that are really connected to energy flow. Star, High Priestess, maybe in some ways the Devil card too. But this is all good because it's going to feel a little sporadic, but at the same time, you're going to feel a lot more intuitive, spiritually heightened. Now, the Knight of Pentacles here talks about you're going to be getting some type of assistance, some type of financial support, some type of money help, support. This is very, very good because I know a lot of us have been going through challenges as it relates to finances and money and income. But just know that you are going to be getting some type of support. You are going to be getting some type of help. So this is good. Now, whether that be, direct money given to you, or maybe just circumstances start shifting around and now, things just kind of ease up for you financially, just know that it's going to be really, really good. It's going to be positive. Now, we have the Star card here in the reverse. Now, the Star card in the reverse, this is the health card. When she shows up in the reverse, a lot of times I get that you need to pay attention to your health. You need to pay attention to the physical body, your physical, self. Other times too, the Star card in the reverse, she shows up too when our light is being, I don't want to say dampened, but sometimes our light just isn't shining as brightly. Now, it's not a bad thing, but everything goes in cycles and everything flows. Sometimes things are high, sometimes things are low. The Star card is always a positive card, no matter how she shows up. But sometimes when she shows up in the reverse, it just means we need to pay attention more to that particular thing. Now, the Star is all about our own brightness, our own inner light. Sometimes too, it shows up when we're being seen. We're literally being the star in our own lives, in our own reality. So the Star card in the reverse here, like I said, I'm getting that you need to pay attention to your health, Pisces, but I'm also getting too that, don't take away your own brightness. Don't dim your light to accommodate other people. Now, you are a star. You are the celebrity in your world. You are someone that people look up to, admire, get inspired by and from. You are definitely a brightness in the world, and I don't ever want you, Pisces, to feel anything less than that, especially as it relates to your financial world, because you definitely have the ability to create, to attract, and to produce unlimited amounts of wealth. Two of Cups in the reverse. Now, this is all about a divine separation. The Two of Cups means that, there's probably going to be a disconnection in some way, and it's not going to be unpleasant. The Two of Cups talks about a mutual separation. Maybe you decide it's just time to move in a new direction. Now, this could be personal, but could also be work, where, maybe you've decided, my time is up with this particular company. I'm looking to move on to something else, and there's nothing wrong. Nobody did anything. Nobody said anything. But for me, it's just time to take that next step and move in a new direction. And I'm feeling like that's what's happening with you, Pisces, as we move into August. It's like you're just, realizing it's just time to move on. And it could be a relationship too. Again, no hard feelings either way, but you just know that this is the time for you to make a change. Next up, we have the Devil in the reverse. This is another positive card because this means that you are detaching from something that is not working. You are breaking away from unhealthy habits, unhealthy thoughts, addictions. It could be bondage, that you have been bonded to something, and now you're realizing that this is just that's not what you want. That's not who you are. That's not who you were meant to be. The Devil card talks about releasing unhealthy attachments, and this is very, very good because now your energy is free to be more productive, whether that be in finances, creativity, home life, whatever. The Three of Wands also talks about making a solid plan for the future. You're ready to move on. You're ready to take that next step, Pisces, and there's nothing standing in the way. You have been the one holding yourself back up until now, but now you are ready. There is no limits on the income you can produce, on the results that you can achieve. There is nothing that you are going to allow to stand in your way when it comes to creating unlimited flow with money, with happiness, joy, anything. Next, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. Now, the High Priestess in the reverse, sometimes, she shows up in the reverse when you're just not listening to that inner voice, when you are not trusting your higher self, when you are not following your inner guidance. I want you to pay attention to that, Pisces, because you are being led, you are being shown the way, so to speak. You just have to acknowledge it and trust it and know that it's working for your highest good. All right. Oh, that's a good card. Ten of Wands in reverse. Burdens are being released. You are starting to free up your energy. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Another good one. What do we need to know for the sign of Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of August 2020? What do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? Okay. All right, Pisces, as we move into the second week of August, just know there's going to be some possible travel, looks like here with this Six of Swords. We also have you saying no. You're going to be saying no to something, probably work-related. It could be some changes in the workplace that you're just not excited about, or maybe you just realize it's not for you. Again, this is falling onto this Two of Cups here. Again, remember we talked about that divine separation. No hard feelings. It's just time to move on. Queen of Swords, that's that saying no energy. Now, saying no is not always a bad thing. Sometimes when we put boundaries in place and we are very guarded with our emotions and our time, we don't allow people to overstep these boundaries, because these boundaries are what we use to protect ourselves, not only physically, but spiritually and energetically. But like I said here, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, both in the reverse. These are both positive cards. This means a release of burdens. I'm getting the sense that this is going to be a release of some financial burdens, which is really, really good. Remember, you have that support coming in at the beginning of the month. That's going to ease a lot of financial stress and strain for you as we move into the second week of August. Next up, we have the Two of Pentacles, which means you're not going to be balancing the finances. You're not going to be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Money's going to really settle in where it needs to be. You're going to get caught up on bills. You're going to feel more in control of your financial life, which is very, very good. That's a very empowering place to be. Again, you don't even have to feel like you have to it's like you're not going to feel like you have to be so restrictive with your spending. Now, of course, this doesn't mean you're going to go on some extravagant shopping spree, although you could, depending on your situation. But you're just making, smart decisions, and you're feeling very confident, in your finances and in your income. Now, this is a good place to be, because once you are moving past financial insecurity, it allows you to make better decisions and to be very, more discerning. And like I said, this Queen of Swords here, that's that saying no, putting up boundaries energy. She doesn't take on any nonsense. The Queen of Swords is someone who is very much putting her foot down, in this case, putting her sword down. And she doesn't care about the repercussions, as long as you don't overstep her boundaries, as long as you don't inconvenience her in a way that's going to damage her, either in the, short or long term. She has no problem saying no, and I feel like that's kind of the energy you're embracing as we move into the second week of August, Pisces. Like I said, there could be a trip coming up. This is definitely some movement. The Chariot in the reverse also talks about movement. The only thing is with this Chariot in the reverse is this is something we have to be careful with, because sometimes this shows up when it's a very scattered energy. It means that we have something going on here, something going on here, and then this showed up. And so now our attention is diverted in all these different places. And it's really hard to be productive, and it's really hard to be cohesive when we've got our attention and our money scattered all across. So sometimes you can't control that though. So this could be a heads up that, you could have several things pop up all at once, and you have to, you may have to temporarily divert your energy and divert your time and divert your money to take care of things, little fires that are showing up. But it's not going to be anything huge that throws you off track. But it's one of those things where you have to make sure, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to have that emergency fund in place. You need to have that peace of mind money set aside for little emergencies that pop up. You have to really be careful that you don't allow yourself to be totally thrown off your plan because of little mini emergencies. All right, Pisces, let's see what else shows up. Let's get some more clarity about what's happening for you for August 2020. What do we need to know? Okay. For the sign of Pisces, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. All right. Okay. All right, Pisces. So as we move into the second half of August, it looks like you have things happening, and you have things happening quickly. Let me make sure nobody is cut off. Okay, so you have the Page of Pentacles here, which means you're going to get some good news as it relates to your money and your finances and your income and your revenue. Get ready, because the second half of August is definitely going to be a month where, or I should say a time frame where things just start happening. Things just start showing up. Five of Cups here, looks like you're making some decisions and you're not ready to make some decisions as it relates to your money. Five of Cups talks about hesitating in making a decision, or it talks about making a decision and then second guessing or being regretful or being unsure of that decision. Okay, so sometimes you do the best with what you can depending on the information that is available at that time. So don't beat yourself up. You take the information you have and you make the best decision that you can. We have the Ten of Wands here. Now remember, we saw that card here. This is a releasing of burdens, but it looks like you pick up some more burdens as we move into the second half of the month. Now this could be a financial thing here where, you take care of it here, but then you've got a new situation here where you're taking on some financial responsibilities. Pay attention to that and make sure you're not overloading yourself. Please don't overextend yourself trying to bail out somebody else financially, or taking on too much. When and this could be related to this here. It's like, this is going to kind of put a strain on you, but you decide to do it anyway. Okay, just be careful with that, Pisces. Don't overextend yourself. We have the Eight of Wands. This talks about speed. Once things, start getting traction here, they move very, very quickly. And it's interesting because this fell on this Queen of Swords here. Remember, she's all about saying no. Don't violate her boundaries in any way, shape, or form. But here we have the Eight of Wands. That's movement. That's fast. That's speed. That's timeliness. Then we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups means someone is showing up to save you, maybe. The Knight of Cups also means that someone is pouring out some type of emotion to you. This could be something personal, but I'm feeling this is more in the work or career setting. Someone is showing up to rescue you in some way, shape, or form. You're getting either a bailout, you're getting help, you're getting assistance, you're getting, someone making an offer to help you. Now, we also have the Empress here, which talks about growth and new beginnings. This could be a new job even. This could be the offer of a new job, a new role in your organization, is what I'm getting real clearly with this card. Again, we have new growth here. We have something, taking time to come to full maturity. The Empress is about creativity as well. So if you are a creator in any way, shape, or form, it's really going to flourish during this second half of August. So, use that time to allow your creativity to flow and to allow your creativity to kind of materialize in a way that could be bringing you some financial reward in some way. We also have the King of Wands here. It means someone that you're working with, someone in your workplace, someone, a partnership, someone in your business is watching you. But this is good because they're observing how you're doing things, and this could be someone paying attention to what it is that you're doing. Someone is admiring your work, someone is watching what you do, they like what they see. This is usually someone in a supervisory management role, could be an owner, could be a, co-partner, whatever the case may be. But just know that someone has you on their radar. And this is good because it means they're considering you either for an advance or for a promotion or maybe for a partnership. Just know that you are being watched, you are being observed, but it's not something negative. It means that someone is really admiring the work you do. All right, Pisces, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance for the month of August 2020. What do we need to know for the sign of Pisces? Okay. What do we need to know for Pisces as it relates to money? Interesting. Okay. We got a repeater of that Chariot card in reverse. We saw him here. But let's start with Temperance. Okay, so looks like things are going to kind of be feeling in balance. You're going to be feeling really in the flow as we close out the month of August. Now, the other thing about the Temperance card, it just means that you're starting to kind of put the pieces together as they fit, as it works for you. This isn't anything too major, but it is something where you feel like things are starting to come into balance. Now, we know that balance in life really does not exist. However, there is a balance where, things just kind of fall, they fall into place in a way that is appropriate for the time and for the situation. So, some days you're going to be more work focused, some days you're going to be more family focused, some days you're going to be more self-care focused, and you start to come into this rhythm that really works for you, and you start to really kind of mesh really well with how things are going. Now, this is a very calm, confident, comfortable place to be. Next, we have the Page of Cups here, which means you're going to be getting news about an offer coming your way. Now, this is really nice because you have, some good news coming your way as it relates to money and as it relates to some type of an offer being made. Sometimes, too, the Page of Cups shows up when we have digital communication, digital offers coming your way. You could get an email about something where someone, makes you an offer or makes you a proposition. It could also be a text message, something like that. But you do have some good news coming your way. You have good news coming again as it relates to something being eliminated, but this is good. The Page of Swords talks about, messages coming through where something is being removed, something is being stopped. It could be you pay off a debt. It could be someone gets fired and now you're being promoted. It could be that, you paid off a credit card or something. I don't know. You pay off something, and so now that money is freed up to be repurposed elsewhere. Whatever the case may be, this is definitely some good news. The last week of August, Pisces, you've got good news coming, so get ready for it. Now we have the Seven of Swords here. This is the only card that kind of gives me concern, not because it's something bad, but it's just something that we have to pay attention to, in the sense that, something is going on behind the scenes. It could be somebody being dishonest. It could be somebody stealing something. It could be somebody not being true to who they are. A lot of times you see this when it's somebody who says they're your friend, but they're really not. You just have to be careful. Watch who is around you. Watch the people who are overly interested in being your friend or overly interested in being close to you. You just have to be careful, because someone is not genuinely who they say they are. And I think you will definitely have a feeling of who this is, and you will definitely feel that this person is not on the up and up. When you feel that, trust it. Next, we have the Three of Wands here. This talks about making plans for your future, which you're going to be revisiting again. You kind of put some future plans on hold, Pisces, but now you're going to feel confident that you can rework those plans. You can start, making plans. You can start putting things in place so you can do some things in the future that you probably felt you weren't able to do. Finally, we have the Chariot in the reverse. Remember, we saw that card here. This means, again, like I said, sometimes things just get really scattered. Things just kind of get really misdirected, or you have things popping up all over the place and your attention gets diverted. Sometimes these are things you can't control, but it doesn't mean that you can't manage it. Do the best that you can, because as we move towards the end of August into September, you may see that you have a lot of little fires that you need to put out. You may see that you have a lot of, things happening all at once. And so you're going to have to just do the best you can, with what you have. But it's not anything that's going to knock you off your game. It's just going to be more of an annoyance than anything else. So overall, Pisces, you definitely have, a lot of things happening. You're starting to make some decisions. You're putting up boundaries. You're taking on new projects. Your creativity is flowing, and you definitely have some good news coming your way towards the end or at the end of the month. So let's go ahead and close out your reading, Pisces, with a Angels of Abundance Oracle card. I think this definitely resonates with your reading. This is about focusing on your priorities. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Very true. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Yes, I feel like that's what this card is saying here. Even with the small amount of time devoted to your priorities, even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. I can't say enough about this card being very much resonating with the reading here. Focus on your priorities. That's the underlying and overlying theme for you for August 2020, Pisces. All right, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. And if you'd like to connect with me for a private reading, I will have that information linked for you in the description as well. All right, Pisces, thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll definitely do it again next month.